as does Takuma Sato. Here come the drivers into turn one. Ide leads out of the first corner, and behind him is Sato. Next is Scott Speed. We're hearing of an incident at turn 6. It's Liuzzi! His front wing is flailing about wildly. It doesn't look as though there's any damage to his suspension, so he should be able to continue. He'll have to come in and get that nose changed though. That incident certainly won't help his chances of a podium finish. It was Speed who was also involved. Incredibly, there doesn't look to be any damage. That's a gain of 1 place. Sato 4th, with a drop of 3 places. 5th is Albers. Montero is 6th. Heidfeld is in 7th. And Christian Klien is in 8th. Liuzzi has taken the hard line going forward here. He's just posted a lap of 1:31.29. That's quicker than Ide. Right now his laps are averaging low 1:32s. Lap 4 of this Grand Prix. First is Ide. Liuzzi is in 2nd place. That's a gain of 1 place. Speed is 3rd. Sato 4th. 5th is Albers. Klien is 6th. He's up from 7th. Heidfeld is in 7th. And Montero 8th. He's down from 6th. Charge today. That's a lap of 1:30.63. Scott Speed is recording noticeably slower laps. He's been lapping in the mid 1:32s. We're getting reports of an incident at turn 9. It's Raikkonen! Looks like there's some damage to his rear wing. He'll have to pit and see if his team can replace it. It's far too risky to stay out there with any kind of damage to the rear wing. That incident hasn't forced him to quit the race. I'd say he's very lucky. Montoya was also involved in that scrape. Looks like Klein is really turning up the heat here. He's just posted a lap of 1:31.43. Scott Speed is recording noticeably slower laps. The gap between them is currently 0.4. We're on lap 6. First is Ide. Liuzzi is in second place. Speed is third. Klein is in fourth place. In fifth is Sata. Sixth is Heidfeld. Barrichello is 7th. He's moved up from 8th. Albers is in 8th. He's down from 7th. That's some assertive driving from Speed. He's just lapped at 1:32.29. He's catching up with Ide. He's been lapping in the mid 1:32s. The gap currently stands at 0.6 seconds. Let's take a quick look at the current leaders. First is Ide. Speed is second. He's up from third. Klein third. Liuzzi's fourth. He slid down from second. In fifth is Sata. Sixth is Heidfeld. That's a gain of 1 place. David Coulthard is 7th. And Barrichello is in 8th. Looks like there's been an incident around turn 3. It's Button! It doesn't look too bad, but his front wing has taken a hit. He should be able to continue after he pits for a new nose. If he wants to finish well today, he'll have to recover quickly from that one. Villeneuve was caught up in that as well. He seems to have got away with no damage though. Very lucky indeed. Looks like there's been an incident at turn 15. It looks like one of the McLarens has slowed. It's Raikkonen! Looks like his front wing has taken some damage. That incident hasn't forced him to quit the race. I'd say he's very lucky. Lap 10. First is Ide. Speed is second. Clean third. Liuzzi's fourth. In fifth is Sato. Massa sixth. He's moved up from eighth. Heidfeld is in seventh. And in 8th is Coulthard. He's down from 6th. Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. That last lap was a 1:27.51. He started to pull away from Alonso. The gap is now up to 7.3 seconds. Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. That last lap was a 1:27.41. Slowly but surely, he's catching Massa. The gap's being cut to under 15 seconds. Track at the moment is the fight for 4th place. Sato is due in for tyres and fuel within the next few laps. The question is, can Heidfeld exploit it and move past him?
Seems he'll be first into the pits. I wouldn't be surprised if they short-fill him. Heidfeld gained some ground through sector 1. The gap is 0.2 seconds now. Sato has found some speed now. He's extended the gap by another 1/10 of a second. Lovely move by Heidfeld. That has made my day. Sato was left in his wake there after an outstanding piece of overtaking.
Heidfeld has just completed his fastest lap of the race. He's just posted a lap of 1:31.11. Scott Speed is recording noticeably slower laps. Right now his laps are averaging low 1:32s. Coulthard is going hell for leather here. He's just posted a lap of 1:31.87. He's narrowed the gap to Scott Speed. Right now his laps are averaging low 1:32s. The gap is now down to under 4 seconds. Here's the current top 8. First is Ide. Liuzzi is in second place. Speed is third. Coulthard fourth. He's moved up from 8th. Villeneuve is 5th. Jensen Button is 6th. That's a jump of 4 places. 7th is Sato. Heidfeld is in 8th place. He slipped down from 4th. Quarter of the way through this Grand Prix, first is Ide. Liuzzi is in second place. Third is Coulthard. Villeneuve is fourth. He's up from 5th. Button is 5th. Speed is 6th. Klein is 7th. And Schumacher is 8th. That's a gain of 1 place. Villeneuve completes another circuit. It's his fastest lap time of the day. He's just raced a 1:29.41. That's markedly faster than Coulthard. His laps are around the high 1:30s right now. For the lead is hotting up. We expect that E-Day is going to pit soon. It'll be interesting to see if Liuzzi can make something of this.
I think he'll pit first. If so, he's going to need a fast stop. His mechanics may short-fill him to keep his weight down.
Let's see who the top 8 drivers are. First is E-Day. Liuzzi is in second place. Third is Coulthard. Villeneuve is fourth. Button is fifth.
Liuzzi is quickest through the first sector. He looks as if he's trying to prove a point. That's reduced the gap by 4/10. E-Day is starting to raise his game. He's extended the gap by another 1/10 of a second. That move by Coulthard was just beautiful. Well done. That excellent example of overtaking leaves Liuzzi crying in his wake.
For the lead is hotting up. Coulthard is due in for his stop in the next few laps. E-Day has a shot at getting past him here.
He'll probably be in first, so he'll need a decent stop here. They might well short-fill him. Coulthard beats his opponent in sector 2. The gap has now grown to 1.8 seconds. That's another great sector by Coulthard. The gap is currently 3.4 seconds.
A third of the way into this Grand Prix. First is Coulthard. He's up from second. E-Day is second. He was in the lead earlier. In third place is Villeneuve. Liuzzi's fourth. Klein is fifth. Michael Schumacher sixth. Heidfeld is in seventh. And Barrichello is in eighth. That's a gain of 1 place. The Super Aguri mechanics are out in the pit lane.
Coulthard made some time during that first sector. 1 whole second. That's how much the gap has just increased. He's really flying now. That's another great sector by Coulthard. The gap has widened to precisely 5.5 seconds.
E-Day drives into the pit lane. E-Day exits the pit lane.
Coulthard beats his opponent in Sector 2. The gap, I say gap, more like gulf, has grown to a massive 30 seconds now. Looks like E-Day will have to settle for his current place. Coulthard showed he was just too quick, really.
Here's the current top 8. First is Coulthard. Clean is in second place. Michael Schumacher third. Heidfeld fourth. Barrichello fifth. Liuzzi sixth. He's moved up from 8th. 7th is E-Day. And Villeneuve is 8th. He's down from 7th. Coulthard completes another circuit, and that's the fastest lap he's posted all race. That was a 1:28.13. Clean isn't getting as much from his car. He's been lapping at the high end of 1:28, low 1:29. top 8 currently looks like this. Klein leads. Michael Schumacher is in second. Third is Coulthard. Heidfeld fourth. Barrichello fifth. Liuzzi sixth. Seventh is Ide. And Villeneuve is eighth. Look at Michael Schumacher. He's giving it all he's got. That was a 1:28.27. He's digging himself in here and he's closed up the gap to Klein. He's been lapping at the high end of 1:28, low 1:29s. The gap has now shrunk to just 0.3 of a second. Coulthard is going hell for leather here. That was a 1:28.15. That shows more pace than Schumacher. He's been lapping at the high end of 1:28, low 1:29. Let's see who the top 8 drivers are. Klein leads. Michael Schumacher is in second. Third is Coulthard. Heidfeld fourth. Barrichello fifth. Liuzzi sixth. Seventh is Ide. And Villeneuve is eighth. It looks as though the fight for 9th place is reaching a critical phase. speed has to stop in the next couple of laps to refit and refuel. That'll give Rosberg an opportunity to get past.
He'll most likely be first in. He was first in last time he pitted. I suppose there's a chance if his pit stop goes as planned, they'll probably short-fill him. Great first sector by Rosberg. He's slowly closing in. The margin has shrunk by another 10. Rosberg was the faster of the two through the previous sector as well. The gap is half a second at the moment.
Here's the current top 8. Michael Schumacher leads. That's a gain of 1 place. Coulthard is second. Third is Heidfeld. Barrichello fourth. He's up from 5th. Klein is 5th. Liuzzi 6th. 7th is Ide. And Villeneuve is 8th.
Rosberg is fastest through the third sector. The gap has decreased to 4/10 of a second.
The Williams team are out, ready for one of their cars.
Rosberg was the faster of the two through the previous sector as well. He's managed to reduce the deficit by another 2/10 of a second. It looks like Speed is responding to the pressure applied by his opponent. He was faster through the previous sector. The gap is now out to 7/10.
Rosberg pits. Rosberg exits the pits. Halfway mark. First is Coulthard. He's up in second. Michael Schumacher is in second. He's in the lead earlier. Third is Heidfeld. Barrichello fourth. Liuzzi is in 5th place. Klein is 6th. 7th is Ide. And Villeneuve is 8th.
Rosberg goes fastest through the middle part of this lap. He closes the gap by a fairly substantial 0.8 of a second. Rosberg was the faster of the two through the previous sector as well. The gap is 23 seconds.
The Toro Rosso mechanics are out in the pit lane.
First sector by Rosberg. That's a whole second he's managed to close the gap by this time. Rosberg was the faster of the two through the previous sector as well. The gap has been shut to less than 22 seconds.
That's Scott Speed entering the pits.
This is a perfect opportunity for Rosberg to get ahead. The chances of Speed holding on to his position after this stop are not looking too good.
That's Rosberg charging past our commentary position. Speed exits the pit lane.
Rosberg now leads. Speed could do nothing about that.
Top 8 are as follows. First is Coulthard. Liuzzi is in second place. Michael Schumacher third. Klein is in fourth place. Heidfeld is in fifth. Barrichello is sixth. Villeneuve is in seventh. And Raikkonen is eighth. Looks like Coulthard is really piling the pressure on here. That lap was a 1:28.47. That shows significantly more pace than Liuzzi. The gap is now roughly 22 seconds. Here's the current top 8. First is Coulthard. Liuzzi is in second place. Michael Schumacher third. Klein is in fourth place. Heidfeld is in fifth. Barrichello is sixth. Villeneuve is in seventh. And Ide is in eighth. Alonso is on a charge now. That last lap was a 1:27.41. Scott's speed is recording noticeably slower laps. His laps are around the high 130s right now. The top 8 currently looks like this. First is Coulthard. Michael Schumacher is in second. Klein third. Heidfeld fourth. He's up from fifth. Barrichello fifth. That's a gain of 1 place. Liuzzi sixth. Villeneuve is in seventh. And Ide is in eighth. Look at Michael Schumacher. He's giving it all he's got. That last lap was a 1:27.25. That's markedly faster than Coulthard. His laps are around the high 130s right now. Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. That last lap was a 1:27.27. He closed the gap and made ground on Coulthard. The gap is now below 18 seconds. Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. That last lap was a 127.19. He's really pushing now and his lead over Coulthard continues to grow. The gap is now out to 0.2 of a second. Here's the current top 8. Michael Schumacher leads. He's up from second. Klein is in second place. That's a gain of 1 place. Third is Coulthard. Heidfeld fourth. Barrichello fifth. Liuzzi sixth. Rosberg seventh. And Raikkonen is eighth. Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. That last lap was a 127.27. He's really pushing now and his lead over Coulthard continues to grow. The gap is now out to 2.2 seconds. Let's take a quick look at the current leaders. Michael Schumacher leads. Klein is in second place. Third is Coulthard. Heidfeld fourth. Barrichello fifth. Liuzzi sixth. Rosberg seventh. And Raikkonen is eighth. personal best time of the race. But that was a 1:28 exactly. That shows significantly more pace than Liuzzi. He's been lapping around the high 1:29s, low 1:30s. Lap 41. Michael Schumacher leads. Klein is in second place. Third is Coulthard. Barrichello fourth. He's up from fifth. Heidfeld is in fifth. He slipped down from fourth. Liuzzi sixth. Rosberg seventh. And Raikkonen is eighth. That's an improved time for Barrichello, and that lap was his quickest of the Grand Prix so far. His previous lap was a 1:26.87. That's markedly faster than Coulthard. He's been lapping at the high end of 1:28, low 1:29s. Good lap for Rosberg, and his personal best time of the race. That lap was a 1:28 dead on. That shows significantly more pace than Liuzzi. He's been lapping in the mid 1:29s. Quarters of the way into this race. Michael Schumacher leads. Coulthard is second. Third is Barrichello. Klein is in fourth place. Heidfeld is in fifth. Liuzzi sixth. Rosberg seventh. And Raikkonen is eighth. Coulthard is going hell for leather here. He's just raced a 1:29.67. That shows more pace than Schumacher. He's been lapping around the low 151s.
closing stages of this Grand Prix. First is Coulthard. Michael Schumacher is in second. Klee in third. Liuzzi's fourth. Kimi Raikkonen fifth. Barrichello is sixth. Heidfeld is in seventh. And Villeneuve is eighth. Look at Michael Schumacher, he's giving it all he's got. That last lap was a 1:27.35. That's markedly faster than Coulthard. He's been lapping at the bottom end of 1:28. Here's the current top 8. First is Coulthard. Michael Schumacher is in second. Klee in third. Liuzzi's fourth. Barrichello fifth. Sixth is Heidfeld. Villeneuve is in seventh. Nico Rosberg eighth.
Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. His previous lap was a 126.91. His lead over Michael Schumacher is getting bigger all the time. The gap is out to 4.9 seconds. Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. His previous lap was a 126.73. His lead over Michael Schumacher is getting bigger all the time. The gap has now increased to 3.7 seconds. There's 10 laps to go. First is Coulthard. Michael Schumacher is in second. Klein third. Liuzzi's fourth. Barrichello fifth. Sixth is Heidfeld. Villeneuve is in seventh. Nico Rosberg 8th. Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. His previous lap was a 126.61. His lead over Michael Schumacher is getting bigger all the time. The gap has now grown to 2.3 seconds. Schumacher's driving is definitely putting the pressure on. That last lap was a 127.23. His lead over Michael Schumacher is getting bigger all the time. The gap is out to 1.2 seconds now. Let's take a look at the current top 8 positions. First is Coulthard. Michael Schumacher is in second. Klein third. Barrichello fourth. Heidfeld is in fifth. Liuzzi sixth. Alonso 7th, and Nico Rosberg 8th. on a mission right now. Look at him go! His previous lap was a 1:26.93. Clean isn't getting as much from his car. He's been lapping at the high end of 1:28, low 1:29s. The leaders on lap 53, the top 8 looks like this. Michael Schumacher leads. Coulthard is second. Clean third. Barrichello fourth. Heidfeld is in fifth. Liuzzi sixth. In seventh is Raikkonen. And in eighth place, Alonso. Driving is definitely putting the pressure on. His previous lap was a 1:26.51. He's really pushing now and his lead over Coulthard continues to grow. The gap as it stands is now out to 29 seconds. Let's see who the top 8 drivers are. Michael Schumacher leads. Coulthard is second. Clean third. Barrichello fourth. Heidfeld is in fifth. Liuzzi sixth. Alonso seventh. And Raikkonen is eighth. Barrichello's on a mission right now. Look at him go! His previous lap was a 1:26.85. Clean isn't getting as much from his car. He's been lapping at the high end of 1:28, low 1:29s.
is still a gap as we watch the final laps of this Grand Prix play out, but Barrichello has made up significant ground. He might just catch him. If things continue, Clean may be caught. The gap is now 1.6 seconds. Barrichello goes fastest through the second sector. The gap has been cut to 1.2 seconds. Barrichello certainly looks to have the better of his opponent at the moment. The gap currently stands at 0.6 seconds. Clean knows he has to respond, and he's doing well. He's extended the gap by another tenth of a second. Barrichello was able to reduce the gap that time. He decreases the margin by 0.3 of a second.
After 57 laps, Michael Schumacher leads. Coulthard is second, Clean third, Barrichello fourth. Heidfeld is in fifth, Liuzzi sixth. In seventh is Raikkonen, and in eighth place Alonso.
Knows he has to respond, and he's doing well. The gap is now up to half a second. Barrichello was able to reduce the gap that time. He's reduced the gap by another tenth of a second. This is the final lap for race leader Michael Schumacher. Barrichello certainly looks to have the better of his opponent at the moment. The gap now stands at 0.3 of a second. As the race comes to a close and we enter the final lap of this Grand Prix, Barrichello has almost caught the next car. There is still the chance of some action here today. It's been an awesome display of driving excellence from Michael Schumacher today. He was on a 3-stopper today, which is what most of the teams went with. When he only qualified in 18th, he mustn't have held out much hope of getting into the point, let alone win the Grand Prix. It's been an awesome performance from him. Clean knows he has to respond, and he's doing well. He's put an additional half second between the two cars. The condition and the performance of his car have been excellent today. Barrichello was able to reduce the gap that time. The gap is now reduced to just 0.2 of a second. Michael Schumacher powers across the line to take top spot on the podium. Clean knows he has to respond, and he's doing well. He's extended the gap by another tenth of a second. Coulthard should finish in second. Another brilliant weekend here in Melbourne, I think you'll agree. Join us in 2 weeks' time when we'll be heading back to Europe for a 5-race stint that will start at San Marino, where Ferrari will be expected to put on a show of strength for the ever-loyal Tifosi.